What's up? Welcome back. It's me, Curly Cake Lamb, and I'm here today to give you an update video. Okay, so y'all, as y'all can see, with all my curly Beyonce inspired goodness, I'm trying to stay in frame. More on my hair to fit in the frame. But I'm here to give you an update on Sensational Ud3, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I think Sensational can improve on as far as this style. So if you're interested, keep watching. Okay, so y'all, let's just get into it. Number one, things I love about the UD3. So out of all the styles in the UD collection, the Instant Up Down collection, this is the curliest and the most natural inspired out of all of them, which is why I initially made my purchase. One thing's for sure, I love big hair. So as I said in my review, this is not for the weak. I love the color and I love the texture, and I love, because typically with patterns like this, the older it gets, the better it looks. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably been almost 6 months to a year since the UD came out. So if excuse me, sorry, this is Sensational, guys. If Sensational is actually thinking of re-releasing more UDs, which I think in the last 2 months they have added 2 additional UDs to the line. I have 3 or 4, different things that I think they could add to this line. 3 or 4 different styles, so to say. Number one, Sensational. Since y'all have this whole Curls, Kinks, and Co. line, I think for sure, in order to drag in more purchases, I think you guys need to do a kinky straight version of the UD. I don't know what number UD you guys are on right now, because typically I stray away from the silkier textures because that's not what my hair looks like. My hair really legit looks like this, not like this long and dramatic, but in normal life. I think you guys need to add a kinky straight texture and have them available in multiple colors like you did the other silkier textures. Right now, the kinky straight, the yaki, African American inspired textures are in right now, as far as like trends, especially in affordable hair. And I know you guys have just released like more wigs to your Curls and Kinks line. A kinky stretch texture would do good. It doesn't have to be long, maybe between 18 to 20 inches, something that will give the girls something to talk about. And I think if you do a kinky straight texture, especially because of you guys' Curls, Kinks, and Co. line with the new kinky straight wigs, that would be a hit out of the ballpark, okay? Number two, with this texture, even though I love this texture, and I think most girls who are natural flock to UD3, especially like because of the curls and the big hair, this typically is more of a type 3 hair. And even though I know like type 4 girls wore this hair, I think that they deserve a coilier a coilier texture. Like, I think you guys need to release like a coily texture. It doesn't have to be long like this one, because this one is kind of long, but they need a coily texture. And I myself, as a type 3 girl, I'm type 3C 4A, and not that anybody's into hair typing, but this is kind of loose for girls to have a kinkier, coilier texture of hair. They need something that mimics it. So even if it's like up here, just shoulder length, I think that would be a knockout the ballpark. Number 3, I know girls love bobs, and I know that whole bob thing, the bob half up, half down, is in, especially like with people like light skin Keisha and Cash Doll wearing them. And I know I see a lot of people in our comments saying, "Who did your hair? I love your hair." And I think if you had an affordable like half up, half down bob style in a yaki texture, I think that would be fire. I per se wouldn't buy it, but I know like there is a demographic that would buy that. And then fourth, I think you guys need to add a half up, half down style with a clip-on bang. I don't know if it could be wavy. It could be like a deep wave. It could be a loose wave. Not a wavy in this texture though. I mean, not a bang in this texture though, because I think a bang with this texture would be too much. But with the straighter textures, like if you was to release a kinky straight unit, like a kinky straight half up, half down with like a China bang, that would be giving like Nicki Minaj realness, because y'all know Nicki Minaj stays with the yaggy, thick chorus, half up, half down with the China bang. Period. I think that would be perfect. Or like with not a kinky straight, but like maybe a yaggy. That would be perfect. So those are 4 styles that I definitely think you guys should add to your half up, half down collection. Now, another thing I think that needs to be improved on, and the reason why I haven't worn this unit, I've worn this unit a few times, but I haven't worn it as many times as I thought I would, especially because I love the color and I love the texture. A reason why I haven't worn this wig as much is because I am a drawstring ponytail type girl. So when it came to the wrap version of the ponytail, that was a little complex for me. And as I watch my other YouTube members of my hair community review this style in any of the textures, a lot of people have problems using the wrap ponytail. And I know when I reviewed myself, it was a small comb, and for a person like us or African Americans that have thick hair, that small comb is not going to get the job done. There needs to be a larger comb, and it might need to be another comb added. It might need 2 combs, because I know for myself, because I do make my own wigs and I fix my own wigs, and I make adjustments to them. I had combs in the dash that I could, I had a seam ripper where I can go in my ponytail, take my comb out, go in my stash, and get another comb and sew it in. So I did end up sewing a larger comb in my wrap ponytail, but everybody doesn't have that privilege of doing that, and not everybody is, as versed in extensions as me, even though I'm not like an expert, but a lot of people isn't like me. So I think there needs to be 2 combs, and for curlier textures, I think we need to lose the straight wrap piece and add a curly wrap piece. Now it's fine on the other textures, of course, but like when it comes to the wavy textures and the curlier textures, we need a piece that resembles this. Also, with the half wig portion, I know the half wig has 2 combs at the top and 2 combs at the top and 1 comb in the back with a drawstring, but typically there's a lot of space in the cap. So I think if the half wig is going to be worn as, the half down piece and not as a half wig, I think we need like 2 small combs on the side, just so you can have a little bit more security with the wig, because I know like my hair is not braided down in the back. If another woman has their hair and it's not braided down in the back, and she sticks those comb in and she put the comb in the back and draw it, it's going to scrunch in on the sides. So I think that if you place 2 small combs, not the combs that are the size of the ones that's already in the wig, but 2 combs on the side, I think that would just give a little bit more leverage. Or if you do the snaps, like how you guys did on the ponytail and bang, like if you put 2 of them little snap combs on the side, that'd be perfect. What else? I had like multiple things that I wanted to say in this video, but other than that, like outside of that, I don't have like anything else. I don't think. I love this style. I think the style is very cute, and since we're making the wig experience, not we, but since you guys are making the wig experience more hands-on for like people who are beginners or novice at wearing wigs, I think those are just a few things that will help them out, or for people who are just on the go all the time like me and us reviewers who review wigs and units all the time. I think that those would make, you know, the wig wearing experience a tad bit easier. It will make it even more instant, because this took no time. But those additional combs, child, I'm trying to tell you, like, will get the job done. And the increase in different styles, like the texture wise, that kinky straight texture is a must, and that coily texture is a must. You can cut the bob idea I said in the bang inspired idea, but as far as those two, we need those two, because if they're a person like me who only prefers to wear texture extensions and extensions that match my natural hair, a kinky straight is like a must. And I think there needs to be more inclusion with the natural hair girls, because it's hard to slick up type 3 and type 4 hair without having to straighten it or some type of heat manipulation and then put it in that silky texture, because the other UDs besides that deep wave, loose wave one are silky. So that's all I got. And Sensational, I'm not saying this to like be rude or anything, or because I think I know everything, but I just know as a consumer what I expect from a hair company. And I know there are so many more women out there who are like waiting on something that they could just get their hands on, and I think that's it. So if y'all want to, you know, monetarily compensate me, you know what I'm saying, for giving y'all those ideas, that's cool. But, you know, I'm just saying, I just think that that would be a whole bop, like, if we could get that. But that's all I think of the UD3 and my thoughts and, you know, my update on it. Everything's still good. You know, these textures, like I said, like this, they get the older, the older they get, the better they look, the more natural. It's just, you know, a few more things that's, you know, hindering me from wearing this unit and having that full experience with this hair that I want. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at CurlyKickLam. Subscribe. Hit that button, girl. Subscribe. And I'll be back with more wig reviews and hair updates. Thank you. Deuces.